Yeah, with the signed.
Yeah. So you're an
Yeah.
because I only made like 100 of those.
Oh
So
wow. Oh
yeah.
man.
So you're an
Special.
OG.
Blessings. So I had a few questions. It was like so currently I shoot a lot of fashion and beauty. It's kind of different, and of course it's crazier in New York than anywhere. Probably unless you're in Europe or something. So I was talking about pitching to like clients, and like some of the issues that you run into is like, well, speaking the language, especially in the fashion world, and sending out pitch decks. So like, do you like contact the marketing directors or the art directors in terms of like your work and saying, hey, this is what I do, this is my niche, like work, or do you like contract art directors out or to create those pitch decks?
So for me, I don't do much of that work. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not really like my lane for those type of projects. Most of where I guess my stuff comes from would be like if a production company or a music
Okay.
what's the music, like a video commissioner or a label commissioner emails me and be like, hey, we got this new artist with this song.
Right.
Here's the song, here's the budget, do you want to write on it? And then
Right.
I develop one of those pitches or treatments and send it off.
Right.
It's I don't know if it's ever happened that I've had any sort of like kind of brand or commercial agency come to me and ask me to pitch on a project. I've had them
Okay.
come and ask me to be a part of projects, like
Right.
as a personality, as myself or whatever, but never like fashion or commercial has come to me and be like, hey, do you want to pitch on this? It's been
Right.
usually because my lane is like
Music videos and yeah. So do you then cultivate the relationships? Like for instance, if I was like, hey, I want to pitch to Gucci, right? Because he's part of Atlanta Records.
right.
Do you then? I mean,
If you
because
can
like,
get a hold of them, if you can get a hold of someone in the camp or that person or someone, and you want to make a pitch, I've had people off or I've had people. I know people that have had landed jobs or opportunities off cold pitches just by like they like that, like if they like a certain artist or brand, they find that contact information and they're constantly sending them stuff of like, here's a pitch idea I have for this campaign. Here's something. It's kind of like a spec commercial, right? So if you do a spec commercial for Tesla, and then Tesla and someone at the Tesla company sees that spec commercial, they either buy that concept off you, buy the commercial off you, or at least bring you in talks for the next type of like thing that they're working on. Kind of worked that way for me for a short film I did. I did like a short fan film for The Strangers. It's like an old horror film, and not old, but like 2008. And I just did a fan film, which essentially could be looked at as like a spec film. Yeah. And the producer of the original movie somehow saw it and hit me up and was just like, hey, like amazing work. All the time, for sure.
All right. And last question.
Yeah.
All right. So being that you and your wife are both creators, right, in different spectrums,
right.
And you guys are moving together, when you guys, of course, there's somewhere down the line you guys clashed before, right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So how do you guys work together to move forward in creating, like, all right, whether it's on set or like pre-production or even post-production, how do you guys come together?
If you want to answer something.
One, we're never gonna clash on set, because on set at the end of the day he's in charge. So I have to do what he says. So and we're in front of people. But behind closed doors, I am a creative too, and I want to give my opinion. And so I'm gonna give it, and I want him to fully listen, even if he doesn't take it.
Right.
I just think I probably need to more so stay in my lane. Like, I'm just being honest. But I think the biggest thing for us working together is to keep work and not bring it into the relationship part of it.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Like, by any means,
like,
we work.
One thing I struggled with early on was like talking about work stuff all the time. Like we'd be at dinner, right? And that should be like dinner and us time. And I'd be like, so did you get that invoice over to that person? You know what I mean? Like, that's not like the right time to talk about that stuff. So
yeah, you're trying
like,
to
separate, creating those like defined lines. Like I told her, because we both work from home, right? She does work for me and kind of does her own stuff. She handles all like customer service for Prism Lens Effects. So anyone that's out there, anyone that's out there threatening her,
just know
I'm about to come after you.
Well,
like,
okay,
right. But anyways, hold on. So we both work from home and do that stuff and work together. So I told her like she would come in and try and show me like funny dog memes or something, like when I'm at my desk editing. And I was like, look, if I was at an office right now, like you couldn't just like pop at my desk and be like, hey, look at this thing. Like, so I was like, let's treat this regular work day from like 9 to 5, you know, like a regular, like we're both at work. And granted, like obviously there's gonna be times through the day if I pop away from my desk and I come over to you and we chat or we go outside for a little bit, that's fine. But like if I'm sitting there working, don't come over to me and try and show me like funny little memes or whatever. Like that's not. So it's kind of creating those boundaries and those lines when it comes to that work, relationship.
But that works for us now.
It works,
like now that we've created a 9 to 5 normal work day, I was like, okay, I can give you that where I'm not bugging you during the work day. If at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whenever dinner is done, can you step away for at least 30 minutes? And then when we're done with dinner, if you want to go back to work, go do your thing. I'm probably heading to bed anyways. But that way he's not bringing work to like the dinner table.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so, yeah, I mean, that's always a tough balance for a lot of people, for sure. But I think we've always been pretty good at it. But I think there were times, that I'm such a work-oriented person. Like I like to do it, and it's just like, so I'm just always talking about it, always wanting to do it. And she was just like, "Can we just have dinner?" And I'm like, "Okay." Like, so. But this needs to get done now.
It's like you over there ruined the mood. It was like, just trying to enjoy the moment right now.
Right.
All right. Amazing. Thank you again.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Good questions. Have a good one.
Bye. You too.
That was good.
That was good.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he worked in a different part of the industry.
My fat fingers can't.
I'm looking for this girl. I hope she came in here.
Here. You want to see? See if you can see.
Mm-hmm. She didn't come in here, so he was my next person.
Who? This one?
Yeah, with the A.
Okay. Who'd you just pick? All right. Chanel. This is Chanel's pick. We're working on it, man. We're working on it. Probably June. Probably the 1st of June. We still got like another month or so of work, maybe even more. Yeah, it's not working. This person, sorry, missed out. Cancel.
You canceled.
You missed out, man. All right, who else we got? Yeah, who's got good questions?
Paperboy. Oh, okay, no, not Paperboy.
Samson. Bro, how can I get these? Bro, Samson, request me. We're going to talk after this. Samson, request me. How you doing, bro?
Yo, it's good. Thank you. How's it going? My name's AB.
Nice to meet you, man. What questions you got?
All right, I got a couple questions.
All right.
So, I'm a DP. I've been a DP for a hell of a long time at this point. But I feel like when you break into a new market, like I was in the Miami market for a long time. And now I'm moving into the LA market and the Atlanta market. And, obviously COVID kind of fucked everyone over.
Right.
But how do you, besides a reel and besides all that stuff, how do you, break into the scene in your way? What would you say is a good way to break into the scene?
Into what scene? Just
into a different city scene.
I mean, it would just be trying to connect with as many people as you can, reach out and get on set, or get on. I mean, right now there's no sets involved, but because people within that area or a new scene have certain circles or run scenes, and if you can get plugged with those people, you're instantly going to start to get jobs and get plugged through all those people. Obviously, if you go to a new scene and you sit back and don't do anything proactive and just expect someone to find you, they're not going to find you.
No, of course.
right? So like the only thing you can do is reach out to people via relentless DMs, emails, sending whatever it is you can do to get your face in front of people. I mean, even with people in this chat, right? There's certain names I recognize. And like if they've requested me, I click their names just because I know they've followed me for so long and are always showing love and responding to either, you know, videos or posts. So it's like built in right there is that instant like, oh, I'm gonna see what this guy's asking me, like, yo man, what's up? Because there's just that repertoire there. They've been in front of my face. So they get that opportunity. They get that opportunity to come here and chat with me as opposed to someone else that I've never seen your name before. Like, or like not, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying like, if I'm looking through these names, I'm like, I've never seen you. I've never seen you. Oh, I recognize this person. Boop. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So it's just trying to get your face out in front of people as much as you can. I mean.
And do you think like having, okay, because I started off in photography and then I moved into working in the like cinematography and the film scene. I went to film school, all that nonsense.
Right.
And honestly, first off, wanted to give you guys props for your film course, because like the cinematography course, like there's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't like. I went all the way up to a master's in film, and there was stuff in there that they didn't cover.
Really?
So, like,
that's tough. Yeah, and we're still adding a bunch of stuff and doing a bunch of stuff. It's in the works still. So that's dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I mean, me and Tom, that's where we came from. We both went through film school. We both been working in LA for 8 to 10 years. So it's like, we know what we're talking about. Like, we've been through it. So it's like, for anyone to come and be like, you know, there's no information here, or don't listen to these guys. It's like, they're wrong. They're tripping. But what you were going somewhere.
My question is, I guess, what is the way? What is a better way? I guess, like, do people who like, for example, a lot of DPs, their Instagrams are DP Instagrams,
right?
Do you recommend that? Like, do you recommend like staying solid into your
So there's two schools of thoughts when it comes to that. Yes and no. Yes, because if you want to be a DP and that's what you want to do and that's what you want to be known for and those are the jobs you want to get, absolutely push that as far as you can and as hard as you can so that people know, because it's like your social media is reminding people of what you do. Like, yes, you're posting your work, but it's reminding people like, hey, this is what I do, this is what I do. So people will potentially find you, hire you, because your social media is essentially your reel. It's your portfolio. It's your website. Like, that's what Instagram kind of is. Yeah, but if you're trying to be more than that, for example, for me, like, there's certain people that want to be like, hey, like, I can't grow a following, or my I'm not growing a following, my numbers aren't increasing, or this or that, but like they're not sharing anything of value to where someone would necessarily want to follow them, right? So it's like, cool, you're posting your work, but where's the value that you're offering to people that's going to make people want to follow you so that you grow in that way? If that's what you want, then do those things. But if all you want to do is like share your work and be known as a DP, cool, just share your work and put hashtag Fujifilm still #2, like, and great, like that's fine. But
yo, what's up, John?
What'd you say?
Someone in the comments, like, oh, was an old buddy, I was recognizing him. He was like, hey, what's up, baby?
Oh, that's funny.
But okay, cool. I definitely
but like, yeah, if that's post and promote and go hard for what it is that you want to do, you know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
Don't dilute, if there's, unless you have a really strong skill set and something else that you also want to push, don't dilute until you feel like you're at the point where you can and you want to branch off and do something else. My buddy Tom, who DPs a lot of my stuff, he's always been that very like strict DP post, and he's starting to get more into like outside outside stuff of like posting breakdowns and other things to like offer that value and show more than just a frame that he captured. Like, so, you'll figure it out, but definitely like push it what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? And try not to dilute yourself early on. You know what I mean? Because you can always branch off later on once you've established something. but like don't confuse people early on. It's like, well, what are you? You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah,
early on,
that's the worst thing to do, is to try and be like, I'm everything.
Right. So, yeah.
All right, man. I
All right,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Have a good one. Peace.
All right.
Good talking to you.
We're gonna do Paperboy next, and then after him, we're gonna do Tucker.
Is Samson still in here? Samson still in the chat? Samson, request me, bro, if you're still here.
Scroll up.
Where? There's no
Paperboy right there.
Paperboy. All right, Paperboy's next. All right, team might have a good question. Is that a good question? What's up, bro? Paperboy.
Dude, I heard Chanel say Paperboy, and you were like, no, and I was like, yo, why did I piss him off? What happened?
How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Hey, my whole team's been following you for a long time. We created a business about 4 years ago, built up a really good book of business, and my question right now is really like scaling and, you know, getting through things, editing things fast, and trying to turn products around, as well as putting another team out to go take on a new project. I'm like, I just don't know where. I feel like we'll fall down on that new project right now. So we like can't get over this hump. You know, we're doing good sized projects, you know, 30K, 40K projects, maybe 2 or 3 commercial type style videos. A lot of commercial business, not a lot of music videos, but we definitely follow
that's
your
where the money. That's where the money's at, anyways. Is commercial, and if that's what you want more so, then cool. But or you can use that commercial stuff to then pursue like more passionate stuff that you want to do.
Yeah,
that's definitely a good way of doing things. But you're saying you're in a hump as far as like getting to where you can take on more projects.
So, like,
is that what you're saying, or?
So my lead director, the guy who put me on to you, he crushes everything. And we've got a number 2 under him. And I just feel like if we split them up, we'll degrade the value. But I need to scale and to, you know, hire more, pay more. I need to break them up. And so it's like, are there some tips and tricks of you know, kind of getting to that next level where I have 2 production teams who can go out and tackle, you know, if I get 2 big orders right now, I mean, I can't split the crew up.
Right. I think it just comes with time, and then finding, people that you trust, because like you trust those people, right? And they do great work. So it's like, but you don't have that second to that person, right? Like, so if they're off doing something or you split them up, like you're not sure that it's going to be able to get taken care of in the way that you guys normally would take care of it. And so I think that just comes with finding the right people. So for me right now, and man, that's a hard question, because like I'm in a similar boat where I've had questions like, bro, why don't you scale your production company? And I like where it's at, because it also allows me a lot more freedom and less stress, because I'm not having to worry about like all these things going on, this and that, and I can focus in exactly on the project I want to work on. And instead of like, because I feel like also if a client is coming to me, right, because they like my work, and I'm then sending it off to someone else, like, hey, take care of this, I feel bad. Like, it's just my conscience, because I'm just like, oh, like, you know, they're coming to me, my company, and I'm just kind of like, hey, here you go, almost off. And so I've always just consciously, like, my self-conscious has always been like, no, I don't want to do that. One, I don't want to scale, because I like the freedom that I have to do all the different ventures I have. Now, if I was only running a production company, if that was like my bread and butter, that's all I did, I wasn't doing all these other things, I could see wanting to scale and grow that as much as possible, right? For me, it's different because I have so many other things. I'm not too worried about that. So it's a little hard for me to answer that question outside of just find people that you trust, that are like you, that do work similar to you, that have your same work ethic, that you know will basically do the work you do without you there. You know what I mean? It's just trying to find people as similar to you with your work ethic, your style, your vision, and just teaming up and then trusting that they're going to do what, you know, how you would do things. You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of the best I feel like I could say or give.
It's good advice, man. I mean, I think it's hard, because I see what you mean by passing the work off, and, you know, a customer or client feeling like, well, hey man, I picked you because it's you, right? You know, Hey, man, I'll throw one curveball at you real quick. My lead director, who, again, put me on to you, we just bought all of the classes, the book, the whole nine, have definitely just kind of immersed ourselves in all of the training that you have. Super crazy question. You don't have to answer it now, but I would love to offer him to you for 4 weeks, 3 weeks, free of charge. Just have him shadow you on any production projects.
Where you guys at?
We're based out of Philly, but I'll send him wherever, especially when things kind of break down.
Yeah.
I know you've seen his work, and I think you've commented and liked it before. He's awesome director, awesome editor, and I feel like I can't offer him anything else right now. You know, I came from the marketing world. I was not a video editor. I just kind of got into this. He knows much more than I do, but I can't offer him any more as far as coaching. So again, you don't have to answer it now, but he's top-notch dude, and he would just be yours for 4 weeks. Anything that you needed, free work.
Yeah, once stuff picks back, I mean, there's really nothing going on right now, but once stuff picks back up, have him hit me up, or you hit me up and give him, his info, and he's more than welcome on any stuff. Like, my stuff's always open. Like, if people hit me up and it's the right time and I have a project, it's like, yeah, you can come out. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge, man. Guys, you guys are awesome. Great inspiration. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, man.
Bye.
Have a good one.
We're going to Tucker next.
All right, so we got, let's see here. We might do Tucker and then Ian.
Your thumb. Why can you not?
Oh, it did it again.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. So every once in a while when I've been on here for a little bit, when I go to hit the button for people that like the request, it literally will not let me click it. So I have to exit out of live and come right back. So I'm about to end the live and come right back.
And we're coming to you, Tucker.
Ian, Tucker, and Moores.